Okay, so I want to make another video today talking about Sacrifice. I want to talk about a couple of things about this game. And by the way, I did not develop this game. I actually don't know the developer, but this is the kind of stuff, or at least it's going in the right direction, that I think P3D needs to go into, and that is third-party organic development. Ultimately, I think that's very good for the ecosystem. It creates a lot of support and a lot of interest. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I would love to be able to see excuse me, I would love to be able to see some sort of use cases that would not be games. I would like to see some more typical real world type use cases that people would use, or dApps that people would use. And I don't know exactly what that would look like. I mean, most of the dApps overall are some form of gaming experience. However, what I like about the P3D ecosystem is they're unique. This isn't blackjack, this isn't dice, this isn't some sort of a card game. They're creating very unique games that are quite honestly well thought out. Now, again, I could be totally wrong in what I'm saying as far as, this game appears to be, also a smart contract game. I think there's an area where you can see the code. Let me see. Can you see? I'm looking for the... I think there's an area where you can review the code if you know how to do that. I don't know if I know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. This is a glitch, by the way. I don't always see this. Basically, there's 4 people here for some reason on my current internet connection. It just hasn't come together yet. I'm not seeing it. Oh, contract source. So it's probably down here. You can kind of review through the code. There we go. Then the page finally loaded properly. However, here's what's fascinating. So I'm going to recap my strategy for this game, the strategy that I'm playing right now, and that is, well, I'll show you in a moment. But so the P3D stats, this is important. These 73 P3D tokens, 79 P3D tokens, these tokens are locked away forever. And if you're trying to figure out how to play this game, I'll recap that in a moment. But these P3D tokens are locked away forever in the contract. And I want you to understand that. Forever. That means the more tokens that gets locked away, that maintains the value of your P3D tokens. They cannot go any lower because these tokens are locked away. Now you're like, that's only 79 tokens. Yes, but this is a brand new game on its 125th round, basically. And so, and if you don't remember how the game works, basically, a round runs while 5 players offer 0.1 Ethereum, and then randomly a winner is chosen, and one person will lose their 0.1 Ethereum. Their 0.1 Ethereum, the loser, the person who's sacrificed, their 0.1 Ethereum gets divided 5 ways. 0.2% of that Ethereum, so in other words it would be 0.02, 0.02 of that Ethereum goes to 4 of the players, who will win 0.12. The 5th portion of that Ethereum, in this case it would only be 0.02, would go right here, earning dividends. Right now it's very small, but these dividends, each dividends, ultimately will after each round will go to the person that gets sacrificed. So over time, there'll be a lot more P3D here, a lot more, earning a lot more Ethereum. That means the person getting sacrificed could potentially, on some rounds, actually win more than they lost just in dividends, especially if there's a lot of volatility in the P3D ecosystem. That's incredible. I mean, this is such a fascinating game. And then it doesn't end there. The strategy that I'm playing is, so the developer, again, I don't even know who he is, and again, this is still gambling, by the way. Just be aware of that. You're still gambling. But every stage, basically, if you win, you always have an 80% chance of winning 20% of what you offered up as your offer here. So if you can offer up 0.1 here, And if you lose your 0.1. But if you win, you get 0.12. Here, you can offer up 0.5. But if you win, remember it gets split 5 ways, so you actually win 0.6. So you win an extra 0.1 Ethereum, which happens to be the same amount of the previous stage. Like, that's not by accident. So 80% of the time you're gonna win. So in my brain, it stands to reason, if you lose, well, then you got an 80% chance of just stepping up one and winning it back. So my strategy is play 0.1 until you lose, and then go to 0.5 and play. And in theory, if it's not too rich for you, if you lose there, you still got an 80% chance of winning here. What are the odds that you're gonna hit the 20% chance here, 20% chance here, 20% chance here, 3 times in a row? Is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. Of course, it's possible. But what are the odds? However, that means right here, every round, 0.1 Ethereum is buying P3D tokens, tying up tokens. That means right here, 0.5 Ethereum every single round. Half of Ethereum in P3D is getting bought every single round to earn dividends. But when it gets bought, keep in mind, if this is a solid smart contract, and I have not reviewed the code, but the way that I understand it's supposed to work is it locks up those P3D tokens forever. And keep in mind, the way P3D tokens are priced, basically the more that are being held, the higher the price is, just like anything really. But so over time, it creates a much more sustainability. It's already creating a lot of buys and churns in the ecosystem, so it's creating dividends for other people. And by the way, the developer of this game, I mean, I hate to say this, but he's not I guess you could say he's not getting as greedy as he could get. I mean, he's clearly trying to support the ecosystem, because he doesn't have he's not taking like a 1% fee off this, or 1% or 1%. He's not doing that at all. My understanding is when you purchase the P3D tokens, when you offer up the 0.1 or the 0.5 or the 2.5, basically it's the P3D tokens are being bought through his masternode link, which means that he's earning 0.3%, which is not a very big fee at all, but it doesn't take anything out of the system. That's just his masternode link, or affiliate link, if you will, for proof of weekends. So this is, and I'm going to be covering another game. Raffle3D is going to be my next game I'm going to cover, but this is the kind of stuff that this ecosystem needs. This is the right direction, and I want to see it going more, and I want to see more people creating games, and I want to see people creating games for I want to see if someone ever comes out with a game where the sheer enjoyment of the game, it's as fun to play, and it's not just about having the chance to win. But if they're going to go in the route of gambling type games, it's awesome to see this innovation. Like, this is super incredible, and I love how what other token out there has the ability. I mean, there's other smart contracts that kind of ripped off P3D, not kind of, they did, but what other what makes all their games unique is how they capitalize on the dynamics of the dividend production that occurs with the token. That makes it extremely fascinating. Like here, the contract is always earning dividends. It's going to go to someone. You know what? I'm gonna while we're live, I'm gonna try to play. All right, we offered up to the gods. This is going to take too long. So now what's going to happen, I forgot. So I'll show up here in this lists, but then you have to wait for one more player, the next player, to try to play to kind of validate the contract, and then the winner's chosen. I forgot about that part, so we're not going to be able to play live. But anyway, if you like the game, then you can just go here at sacrifice3d.stronghand.me, and if you want to test it out, feel free to do that. And if not, then that's fine as well. I'm not telling you to play the games, but just be aware, especially if you're already in the P3D ecosystem, or if you've been looking at proof of weekends, like what makes it unique outside of it being the first and the original. It's this level of development that's taken place is a big part of it, no question. And this is fascinating to see. And again, stay tuned. Subscribe to this video. Hit that thumbs up icon. Hit that thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. I guess that's the right thing to say. And I'm gonna be posting another video reviewing another game. It's a raffle style game, Raffle 3D. Thank you so much for watching.